Hey, now. Let's take a look at this article by Warner Todd Houston on Breitbart. Disney CEO Bob Iger influenced ESPN's Jamel Hill discussion. Decided not to punish her for calling President Trump a white supremacist. Bob, of course, is now running SJW Marvel Comics, or Disney Comics, as I have called it before. Let's check this article out. Disney CEO Bob Iger, who's mulling a 2020 run for the Democratic nomination, says that he got personally involved in ESPN's decision on whether to punish SportsCenter anchor Jamel Hill after she tweeted that President Trump is a white supremacist. While speaking at the Vanity Fair New Establishment Summit. Alright, what the hell is that? Let's look that up. Where's my Google? Okay. Let's take a look here about the New Establishment Summit. Was launched in 2014 as featured speakers such as Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Priscilla Chan, Elon Musk, Elena Dunham. Alright, Grandpa. Okay. Summit opened on the evening of Monday, October 2nd, with an exclusive opening reception, followed by 2 full days of programming, and concluded with an informal cocktail party on the evening of October 4th. Okay, it's a progressive. It's a summit for progressives. All right, got it. I know Vanity Fair is a magazine, but I thought it was didn't know exactly who it catered to. All right, it's a progressive summit. All right, where's my article at? Here we go. Iger said he decided the mess at ESPN was important enough for him to pull rank and get directly involved with the cable network's disciplinary moves. Important enough or allowed him to grandstand. Let's see. Iger's comments seem to suggest that he was one of the main reasons why Hill was not punished for anti-Trump comments. Now, he's made it clear that he was the reason. Not one of the main, he was the reason. According to the Hollywood Reporter, it was Iger who influenced the cable network that he oversees, not to punish Hill. We certainly have not asked ESPN to be political leaning, Iger said during the event. Jamel Hill is an ESPN. Okay. They've asked him not to be politically leaning, but everybody is on the left. And conservatives have gotten demoted or fired from ESPN for what they've said. So you're not only political leaning, you've picked a political side. He goes on here. Jamel Hill is an ESPN employee and she can't separate herself for what she speaks publicly or when she uses Twitter, he added. That's just blatantly false. I'm not on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure, like YouTube, you can use a different name and have be under a pseudonym and talk all you want. So she can separate herself. She decided not to. Alright, goes on. It's hard for me to understand what it feels like to experience racism, Iger exclaimed. I felt we needed to take into account what other people... they wrote that wrong. Felt we needed to take into account what other people at ESPN were feeling at this time, and that resulted in us not taking action. Alright, so he just goes by small groups' feelings and makes his decision. Alright, he's deciding on feelings. Because of that, Iger insisted that Hill's perspective was worthy of a consideration in context. I felt we had to take context into account, Iger said. He added that ESPN needed to consider that there were a lot of people out there that were outraged by Trump. And there's a lot of people out there that also elected him, but Well, what does this have to do with SJW Marvel, which is now Disney Comics? What it has to do is you need to know what where his mind's at, where his mindset is at, to know about the future of Marvel Comics, because it doesn't look good as far as Marvel Comics getting back to a conservative outlook. But let's go on a little more. The article goes on to say, it's certainly fair to say there were a lot of people outraged at President Obama when Mike Ditka called him the worst president we've ever had. Yet, unlike Jamel Hill, Ditka found himself demoted by ESPN less than a week after making those comments. And Kurt Schilling, the conservative ex-Philly pitcher, I'm pretty sure they just let him go. They fired him. Why didn't Iger intercede on Ditka's behalf then? After all, people were angry. Well, the article, the writer sums it up. Or did Iger feel that the context surrounding Hill was more worthy of protection because if he disciplined her, it would ruin it. If he disciplined her, it would ruin his chances of winning the Democratic nomination in 2020. Given that Iger's cable sports network has fired or demoted numerous conservatives for far less, it's pretty clear to see which context Iger cares about. All right, if he's making a 2020 run, he's going to go SJW on us, and he, instead of worrying about net profit of the company and shareholders, he might be thinking about his 2020 run, and he is going to the cocktail parties with the right people. He's doing the right things to look good to them, and that is the man at Marvel Comics. The buck stops with him, so it doesn't look good for Marvel, SJW Marvel, going back to the classic Marvel. It may hinge on Bob, but Bob wants to be the Democratic candidate in 2020, or maybe the election afterwards, 2024. It doesn't look good for Marvel Comics. All right, that's it. I'm out.